What up, y'all? How's everybody doing? I was a little offbeat there, but it's all good. Um, yeah, just wanted to, what's up, Ryan? Welcome, brother. Um, yeah, I had this show planned and fell asleep there watching basketball and got up and had to get myself together, so I'm running a little late, but I do got some good stuff for y'all today. Um, Cavs won again. Let's go. Um, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't really got too much to say. I wanted to say, first off, they've been spraying like a bitch. Yeah, man, it's hard to like get in the flow when you just wake up. You're like, man. Um, but anyways, yeah, man, they're out today and they were definitely spraying like a mug today. And it was funny because we were talking and as we were talking, we looked at the air quality thing and it said exactly like we said yesterday. It was like 6 o'clock. Horrible air quality. Now check out the map today, you guys. They were dumping on us all day long. And this is what Ohio looks like right now. I can't, man, look at Ohio. Look at Cleveland. Look at Cleveland right now, you guys. You guys got it horrible. Toledo, Cleveland. I've never seen it that bad. Running, bleeding into Akron and Canton. Columbus looks horrible. All of Kentucky, because it all came off the water. It came off over here. So look at it. It's really bad. All up the East Coast. Not too bad here. But look how bad Ohio is. Kentucky. Look at Ohio. Indiana. I'm sure St. Louis isn't. No, they're not bad at all. Yeah, the middle America doesn't look bad. Oof. Fuck. New Mexico is horrible, bro. Fuck that. Arizona is usually real bad. Anyways, then we shoot over to Texas real fast. It's just part of the thing. They're looking luscious like they were yesterday. They're Gucci coming around the coast. The coast looks fine. Boom. I told y'all yesterday. Look, it was. I said it was coming down to the south because it was all coming off the water. Now look, see how it is? It was red and completely yellow yesterday, and you could see it coming in all off the water. So, but to those that have sensitive lungs, etc., definitely be cautious at the moment. I wonder why it's so bad. Here, I will. Let me see something. One more thing, real fast. Let me see what it's gonna be like tomorrow or the next couple days. Look, it's super bad right now. Here, just to show you guys. Look, this is the yellow is where it's bad. It's super yellow, 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 yellow. Then that's because all the trails are gonna dissipate. So we'll have a fair week, and then the weekend will go get back to poor again by Saturday, which I believe this will change because it said yesterday the next 2 days. So it always changes. So we'll look into it tomorrow. Anyway, so I got some pretty funny stories, man. Not funny, but I got some crazy stories today, guys. Today's gonna be some crazy stories. I don't even know where and how. Yeah, bro, I hear you. I've been super foggy these past few days, bro. I do, dude. I hear you, Spark. Yeah, so I didn't really know where I wanted to start though. I do. So the eventual goal is to talk about um this new attack on homeschooling, and when I started looking into it, it took me down a rabbit hole. So we're about to go down this rabbit hole. It's pretty crazy, dude. Remember, Spark, you remember this conversation. Ryan, you've watched enough talking about how easy it is to adopt children and what's going on. Like, wait till you guys see what I uncovered and what they're trying to do. It's pretty nuts. So we'll get into that here in a minute. Uh, I've got some other story. I got a story about a guy who got stung in the testicles by a scorpion. I just got some odds and ends, so let's get into it, guys. You ready? Polio Paul. That's for my brother crying about the polio vax. We're gonna start off with the best state in the country. Now, I'm going to mock them as we speak, but in reality, I definitely agree with what they're doing, but I still am mocking the state. It's okay. Ah, look. Meanwhile, you must watch. Look, it kind of looks like Breezy a little bit. Nah, a little bit. Cigarettes. I wonder what Breezy's up to. All right, hold on, guys. Right, Floppy?
Hot Cheetos, Doritos, and Takis could be banned at public schools in California. A local assembly member has proposed a bill that would prohibit schools from providing food products that contain certain artificial dyes. Some lawmakers say young people are harmed by the chemical ingredients and guidelines need to be updated. Other products that could be affected include Jolly Ranchers, Sour Patch Kids, and Mountain Dew.
This legislation will not ban any specific foods or products. The goal here is to encourage companies to make minor modifications to products sold in California if they want their products to be sold in California public schools. And let's be clear, that's a big market. California public schools serve nearly 3 million free lunches and 1.5 million free breakfasts every school day.
Last year, Governor Newsom signed the California Food Safety Act, which banned 4 additives linked to serious health problems like cancer.
Oh, way to care about the children there, Gavin. It's okay, feed them hormone blockers, but no damn Sour Patch Kids. I get it. I understand your logic there, but I still feel like they don't need to give the kids that stuff anyways, especially if the government's paying for it. And if the government has the ability to tell these manufacturers to take out certain things, then why aren't they doing that for everybody? See, it's a big fucking game, you guys. You know, just like if you look into it, sorry, I don't know what is on my screen. If you look into it, like a lot of this stuff, um, man, I lost track. Some guy just started talking on my screen. I'm like, who is that? So, anyway, sorry guys, I forgot where I was at. I'm still trying to not wake up, but yeah, get myself together. I kind of um I blazed a big fatty. I found out my homeboy got uh his life taken today, so it was it was just, another person to add to the list, I suppose. But it sucks because he was one of my only friends out here, and he was from Cleveland, so we had that bond and shit. So R.I.P. Zoe, homie. Anyways, guys, I'm a little off my track today. Um, thanks, bro. I mean, I'm still in shock. I'm just like a few hours into knowing, so like, I just can't. I mean, dude, it's a shame, man. It's a shame. Some little 17-year-old kid shot him and killed him. Can't mess with these little fucking kids no more. And that's why I always say everybody should probably have one on them. You never know these days. Anyways, so it's kind of funny. We were talking about the gibbities and this um this dude. I got home and found the story about this guy. He shit got the polio. They call him Polio Pete or something. And he not laughing, but he's like looks like a legit bubble boy. But yeah, he has been in this like chamber. Polio Paul, that's his name. Look at this shit, guys. This is out of Texas. Man, I've been finding the craziest stories out of Texas. It's been so many of them lately,
here
guys.
and in fact around the world for his inspiration, for his resilience. His name is Paul Alexander. He lived in an iron lung for more than 70 years. He contracted polio so many decades ago. Known by many on social media as Polio Paul, he died on Monday in a Dallas hospital at the age of 78. Amelia Magavro today speaking exclusively with Alexander's brother, who shares Paul's secret to his happy life.
To the world, Paul Alexander was known as the man in the iron lung. But to younger brother Philip, Paul was his role model.
He wanted to change the world. He wanted to help people out. And he wasn't going to leave until he in his mind, he did something grand.
Paul was diagnosed with polio in 1952 in Dallas at just 6 years old. The disease paralyzed Paul from the neck down. He couldn't breathe on his own, so doctors put Paul in an iron lung, a mechanical respirator that controls the air pressure around his body.
I mean, he was a
That's
positive
crazy.
person with or without the handicap. He liked everything else that we all have. He just had to do it a little bit differently with a little bit of help.
Paul's life was all about adapting, learning to write and paint with just his mouth and a stick.
Could you imagine living in a fucking thing like that for 70-something years? I'm pretty sure they call me Iron Lung. Not that thing. I mean, that's fucking the worst life ever. I mean, that is the worst life ever. That dude, you know what would be even worse if they put some porn on right there and just left. That lady's like, "All right, Mr. Paul," and walks away and just puts some porn on that monitor right there and just leaves. Poor dude couldn't even do. Oh man. Ugh. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I'm not. I don't. Are you guys even? I'm kind of not really entertained with this story. I just thought it was entertaining to see this dude um, living 70 years inside of a metal chamber like this. You know, I just think of all the struggles that man had to have. Exactly. You know what I'm saying, right? Probably. I know. I don't know. Probably not as much trouble as this guy had though. Hold on, dude. You guys are laughing. This guy here was at the Vegas Strip, probably trying to get his balls played with, but he got his balls played with by the wrong
services. Yes, whether you're doing your
A man staying at a strip hotel over the holidays woke up in excruciating pain, and when he went to
Hi,
investigate,
Mimsy Limbs.
something that has him now considering a lawsuit. In a story you'll only see on 8 News Now reporter Joshua Peguera joins us live outside the Venetian with those stinging details. Joshua.
Kirsten, a man staying at the Venetian Christmas week says he was awoken by something, but sometime during the night, he woke up to pain that he found when he was stung by a scorpion in his testicles.
I just felt like somebody stabbing me in my private area. It felt like a sharp glass or a knife.
Michael Farchi says he continued to investigate the source of that pain, and that's when he found something.
I went to the restroom and I saw
Fuck.
a scorpion hanging on my underwear.
These are photos from that day, December 26th, that Farchi and his attorney shared with me. You can see the scorpion.
Any idea on how this scorpion got in? Did they ever told you how he got in the room?
They don't know. They don't know. I didn't even ask how it got in the room. Nobody told me about any option. It just was under my cover.
This is the medical incident report Farchi filed with the Venetian. It shows the suite number and what he wrote to hotel staff. Quote, bitten by scorpion on my groin testicles.
Everybody wasn't shocked. I mean, nobody believed. Even I couldn't believe it.
Farchi also received an incident number from the hotel.
When you check into a hotel, you expect to be safe.
Brian Virag is representing Farchi and says this has been a traumatic experience for his client.
I'm certain that the Venetian, like every major hotel, has policies and procedures in place to try to avoid something like this. However, it's one thing to have policies and procedures in place. It's another thing to make sure they're followed.
The Venetian sent me a statement in the last half hour that says, quote, the resort has protocols for all incidents, and we
That
can
sphere
confirm
is super
they
cool
were
in the
followed
background.
in this incident. Reporting live.
Looks like Obama. Looks like a slow version of Obama standing in front of the sphere. I don't know, man. What's up, Danny, brother? I don't know, man. I wonder, like, obviously it wasn't that poisonous, but man, a sting right to the balls would really, really suck, especially when you're chilling on the strip. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, okay. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get into this. This shit on the homeschool. This attack on the homeschool here. So here in Detroit Press is where I started, and I went down this little rabbit hole. This is what I came up with. So there's a debate heating up around, and they're trying to change laws in Michigan's homeschooling to where the kids now have um to where the parents have to basically no, they would have to register their children. So um Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel and a Democratic state lawmaker are calling for a state oversight into homeschooling following recent reports of child abuse, where officials say homeschool helped conceal mistreatment by caregivers. Now, this is where that's what I looked into, and there's some real legitimacy to it. But then I have a lot of questions for these people and how it even got to this point, and it's pretty messed up, you guys. So, basically, they're saying at school, officials can spot when children's faces are abused, but these people, Tammy Flory and Joelle Brown, and what is described as a conspiracy, and I'll show you the video here in a second of what happened, you guys. But like, these cats adopted 30 children and are accused of abusing them, and they're like over homeschooling. So they're using that case to basically try to stop a whole movement, which is of homeschooling movement. Rather, like, I don't think anybody should have to register their kid if they don't want to, right? And then part of me goes, man, but shouldn't kids have to at least be accounted for at least? It's really fucking hard. Exactly, Mimsy Lim. It's super hard. So this is what they're saying. This is what their reasoning is as far as to see, and that's and we're doing the same thing, and they're trying to stop that. I'm sure you feel the same way then. I mean, could you imagine having to go register your kids and all that crap? Like, it's none of their business. They want to interfere with your guys' lives, and it's crazy, dude, in every aspect. That's why I'm doing this, Mimsy, because like there's a lot of people I know and that are going through this, and this is bullshit.
Weeknights on Charge. You're under arrest.
You're under arrest.
You're under arrest.
You're under arrest. You're under arrest. You're under arrest for murder. Murder. For murder.
I'm seeing a theme. Law and Order Criminal Intent. Weeknights on Charge.
I tried to get past all these commercials first. Here.
Joel Brown, a former child at biological homes, and subjected them to prolonged, routine.
Hold on. I don't want to watch the
systemic
very
mental
intro.
and physical abuse.
Sorry, guys. Hold on.
Criminal Investigations Division Chief Aubrey Sargent and victim advocate Joanna Delp to announce criminal child abuse charges that we filed today against Joel.
This is what they're doing towards the homeschooling. So they're using this actual case right here to put laws into place so that you do have to register your kids, etc., etc. Yeah, or don't vote the people in, don't, because locally this is a local thing, this isn't state, this is local. Don't vote your local people in if that's what you don't want, if you believe in even that part of voting.
Flora, all of DeWitt, Michigan. Now, the state believes that the Browns and Floras conspired together to adopt dozens of children who were removed from previously abusive biological homes and subjected them to prolonged, routine, and systemic mental and physical abuse under the guise of discipline, and all for personal financial gain. They have been charged with the following.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go through the charges before I start ranting.
Brown,
but they did take into mind, they did say they got this for personal and financial gain. So just keep that part in mind.
Former child advocate with the Children's Services Agency within the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is facing a total of 5 criminal charges. 1 count of child abuse in the first degree, 1 count of conspiracy to commit child abuse in the second degree, 1 count of child abuse in the third degree, 1 count of interfering with a crime report, and 1 count of failure to report child abuse. Tammy Brown, his wife, is facing 3 criminal charges. 1 count of child abuse in the first degree, 1 count of criminal conspiracy to commit child abuse second degree, and 1 count of child abuse in the third degree.
Why does the dude
Now,
get more?
Flora faces 18 criminal charges. 6 counts of child abuse in the first degree, 1 count of child abuse first degree committed in the presence of another child, 1 count of conspiracy to commit child abuse in the second degree, 3 counts of child abuse in the second degree, and 6 counts of child abuse in the third degree.
Floppy, it's kind of like, well, yeah, that's all it really takes. Like, they're trying to press the laws with the Amish, and they're using Amos Miller in the one case with the raw milk, and they're using that to press the laws. After Blind 11, they use that to press the laws. After what we just went through, they use that to press the laws. Yeah, they use events to They used to say never let a good event go to waste, tragic go to waste. So this might be a real tragic, like something real, but we'll get into it for what it is. But it's definitely like the Dems definitely are like kind of like a when like a school shooting or whatever, like they like to use that exactly, Floppy. They like to, yeah, create events to further control the system. Mimsy said it. Thank
Three, as well as one count of interfering with a crime report.
you. It speeds up the conversation. It creates the conversation. Like this conversation wouldn't be happening if they probably didn't evoke this, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Is before we're reading these charges, and it's like, how does one couple even be able to how does one couple even be able to get 30 kids? I mean, come on. Like Spark, we talked about this a bunch of times, man. But I was, how easy it is to adopt children. You know what I'm saying? Like they to take children at this point, I show it all the time. They are literally handing kids out, unfortunately, like candy, and it's so messed up because they're getting in the wrong people's hands, and like um it's just it's so messed up, dude.
Her husband, Jerry Flora, is charged with 12 criminal counts: 6 counts of child abuse in the first degree, 1 count of child abuse in the first degree committed in the presence of another child, one
There you
count
go,
of
Danny.
conspiracy to commit child abuse in the second degree, 3 counts of child abuse in the second degree, and 1 count of interfering with a crime report. Between the Brown and Flora families, nearly 30 children have been placed under their care either through fostering or adoption. And these charges stem from the documented mental and physical abuse of 8 of those adopted children. These charges for the abuse of 8 victims represent the offenses we have found that have not exceeded the statute of limitations, but not necessarily the totality of abuse victims in these homes to the best of our understanding. This case was initially referred to the Clinton County Sheriff's Department by Child Protective.
Harley said, I don't understand any of this stuff. Sorry. Why did they get out? That's my question. That's why we're talking about it right now, dude. I hear you. I'm questioning the same. That's what made me go down this rabbit hole. I'm like, hold on. They're trying to attack. They're literally, and I'll show you that I just read it too. They're using this case as a thing to go off to attack homeschooling. But when you're hearing this, how did these people get that many kids? It's already nefarious. I'm sure you can't pull this many cases up. Like this is like some really weird manufactured type shit in my mind, but I don't know. But definitely it was over a period of years. Good call, Spark. But the whole point is they just kept getting them, and dude,
Services after they received a complaint regarding suspected child abuse. Charges were later initiated by the Clinton County Prosecutor's Office, and following a preliminary exam, those previous charges against Tammy Brown and Joel Brown were dismissed, and the charges against Tamale Flora and Jerry Flora were reduced. The Department of Attorney General worked with the Clinton County Prosecutor's Office to take over the investigation earlier this year, and as a result, any outstanding charges against the defendants were subsequently dropped so that the Department of Attorney General could renew the investigation. With that said, I think it's important to note that we have erected a conflict wall between our prosecutors
erected.
on the criminal matter and our attorneys who have a duty to represent the Department of Health and Human
Duty.
Services. Now, we cannot deny that the initial investigation needed more work, and the initial CPS investigation could have had better documentation and more accurate notes.
You think?
Those CPS summaries of early interviews were copied into the police reports, making those reports.
And that's the other thing. For those that live up north, those know that like Cleveland, well, Toledo in Michigan, Detroit in particular are the hubs for, trafficking up in the Midwest at least. So like it's really like it's messed up. I wonder what's really going on. But I don't really plan on. I don't really want to watch much more of this chick, to be honest. I just wanted to make it a point that there's people out there who got arrested. They're under investigation for abusing and taking advantage of the law, adopting too many kids, and they're using that case to try to here's the actual article showing to take away, not take away homeschooling, but to make you have to register. And this is a Democrat thing. Again, I'm bipartisan as hell, but uh it seems like this is what it is. So Michigan's homeschool parents outraged by Democrats' registry for all students vow to fight red tape and home inspections and new culture war frontline. So basically they're saying parents have vowed to fight plans by the state to force families who opt out of public schools to sign on to mandatory registry. That's insane. If you're still watching Mimsy, isn't that nuts, dude? I mean, this is Michigan. If they'll do this in Michigan, then they'll do this in any state. The Christian Homeschool Network and other group meetings have come together to rally. And then they're saying officials are using, including, here you go, after reports of child abuse that were linked to education in private homes. And that was what we were just watching. That's what they were basing it on. So keep an eye out, yeah, because they definitely have they're definitely attacking us from every direction, and that includes our food, our children, our schooling, our air, our news, every fucking thing. I mean, damn, it's pretty depressing to be honest. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and like be all Debbie Downer and shit. It just is what it is. But like, I'm sure people would want to know that this is going on. Like, we just had a mother in here who is a homeschool who does homeschool her kids. So I'm glad at least somebody I don't know if she already knew this was going on, but I felt that it was interesting that one state over they're messing with the Amish for the raw milk, and then the next state over they're trying to attack people for um homeschooling. So yeah. So then I started going down. Where am I? I'm at like okay. So then I started going down this rabbit hole and I found this. And then it just took me down a whole nother rabbit hole. So let's go down this rabbit hole. This one is a Tampa woman posed as a homeschool student and met a boy online. This is something you would not expect. This story will blow your mind because it's not, you just wouldn't picture this happening, but it's fucked up. Late night fucked up stories with Tim.
An inappropriate relationship with a teen on social media.
And police think there could be more victims out there. News Channel 8's Nicole Rogers is live in the Tampa newsroom, or rather in Tampa, with the very latest on the investigation. Nicole?
Stacey, Josh, good evening. These are crimes that the police chief describes as unsettling and disturbing. That 22-year-old woman is now facing several charges, we're told, all started on social media. 22-year-old Alyssa Zinger is facing charges after police say she had an inappropriate relationship with a boy between 12 and 15 years old. Tampa police tell 8 on Your Side Zinger made contact with the victim by posing as a 14-year-old homeschooled student on Snapchat. These police records detail how Zinger was in a romantic relationship with the teen from the end of May through the middle of September. The documents go on to allege Zinger recorded sex acts with the victim after they had broken up and maliciously sent it to several of his classmates. Tampa.
This bitch is crazy. Did you hear did you just hear that? Dude, first off, she does look really young. Second, she posed as a little kid, took videos of it, and then when the kid was like, I'm done with you or whatever, she sent it to all of his little friends, dude. What a crazy, crazy, crazy person.
Police Chief Lee Burkraw released a statement saying, quote, "It is disturbing and unsettling to see an adult take advantage of a child and prey on them." It went on to read, "Anyone who may have been a victim of Zingers, we encourage you to come forward. The Tampa Police Department will support you and ensure a predator like Zinger doesn't cause you or others additional harm." We stopped by Zinger's home to hear her side of the story, but no one answered. Her defense attorney, Daniel Fernandez, entered this written plea of not guilty, but his office tells 8 on Your Side they haven't received any evidence as they await Zinger's arraignment. Hillsborough County Public Schools released this statement to 8 on Your Side saying, quote, "This did not happen at our school. However, we are grateful that a student felt safe enough to come to a trusted adult on campus, alerting them about this individual." It went on to read, "Our staff immediately contacted law enforcement so they could begin an investigation."
That's crazy, right? You're like, damn, man. Like, just you don't usually think of like chicks doing crazy stuff like that. And I'm like, really? And then I go, hold on a minute, what's this trend here? There's an actual trend here going on with um these chicks pretending to be like high school kids now all of a sudden. Like, yeah, what is going on, dude? Y'all are losing your mind. So here's the next one. There's another one. It's like, dude, if I were to just be able to take and edit this into all just a quick montage, y'all would trip at all this shit I got. You'd be like, what the hell? And this is all in the last like couple week.
Posing as a high school student, she faces new charges after pretending to be a traumatized child while collecting a salary as a Massachusetts social worker.
Listen to this shit. She's a social worker, first off. And listen to her education. Listen to what her background is.
Trevor Ault has the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. So investigators say this all began when a man claimed he was withdrawing his daughter from school because she was bullied, even though she had just enrolled in that school a week prior. And school officials thought something was up. Prosecutors now say that student was actually a woman in her early 30s.
This morning, the Massachusetts woman accused of posing as a Boston Public Schools high school student now facing multiple felony charges. Investigators say last year, 32-year-old Shelby Hewitt enrolled in 3 separate schools, presenting herself as a teenage foster child as young as 13.
That's absolutely beyond crazy. Not 1 school, not 2 schools, but 3 fucking schools. And then to have the audacity to be 32 years old and to think you could pass as a high school kid like that. I don't know. What the fuck? These bitches are crazy, yo. They need some. What the fuck? Just wait. I got more. This ain't even. Just
Going by the names Daniela and Ellie.
In reality, the defendant was a woman in her early 30s who had attended both college and graduate school and was employed as.
This bitch went to college and graduate school and is back in high school. And wait till you hear a fucking excuse.
A social worker.
Prosecutors allege while Hewitt was working as a social worker at the State Department of Children and Families, she created multiple names and dates of birth for herself and several fake social workers to spread a false narrative she was an extremely traumatized child with significant special educational needs. 16-year-old Janelle Lamont says she befriended Hewitt in school when the pair had 3 classes together. She says she suspected Hewitt had some mental health.
That was her fucking school friend. That was her little school friend, dude. This bitch is 32. What the fuck? Wait till we hear
troubles
the
because
girl.
she'd have
What the fuck?
outbursts in class, but never suspected she was a different age.
I was definitely shocked, and my friends were definitely upset because we accepted her as just like one of us.
Boston public school officials alerted authorities this summer after
not
administrators
even
discovered
funny.
a DCF form had been filled out incorrectly, and the social worker listed on the form was not actually an employee there. Prosecutors say Hewitt didn't act alone. She had 2 purported foster parents, one of whom is another social worker. Hewitt pleaded not guilty this week to 9 counts, including felony forgery.
Oh, other fucking social workers helped her pull this shit off. This is the world we're fucking living in, you guys. Other social workers helped her pull this shit off.
Identity fraud and larceny. Her attorney insists she was never a danger to anyone.
She's a person who's had a lifelong history.
She's a danger to the whole fuck. What do you mean she's a danger to herself? This bitch is mentally fucked. What you mean? She needs to be in the psycho tank.
Of
This bitch
mental
is
health
crazy.
challenges. She's in treatment and she's working towards making herself a better person.
And Hewitt has been released on $5,000 bail under condition.
$5,000 bail. Exactly. Yeah, 5150 is what I was thinking, but I almost said a 50-50. I don't know. It was a 5150 though. Yeah. This chick, bro, needs the 5150 though, for real. And she got out on a $5,000 bail. That's like, dude, $500. She got out on bail. Imagine if that was a dude or anybody else. That is absolutely effing insane that this chick is just out on the streets. She'll probably just get like probation or some dumb shit like that.
Require her to stay away from schools and anyone under 18. Guys?
All right, Trevor, thank you. Hopefully she'll get the help that she needs.
Hopefully she'll, dude, that she's nuts, right? And you're like, oh, well, these are all isolated incidents. No, they're really not, though, dude. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Here, check this shit out. Hold on. This shit's nuts, dude. This one's even crazier, dude. This one's even fucking nuttier. All right.
Who police say posed as a high school student in New Jersey appeared in court for the very first time today. Investigators say Haijong Shin attended classes for 4 days before she was caught. However, defense attorneys today portrayed her as a woman who was all alone in this country after she came here from South Korea as a teenager and was lonely. New Jersey reporter Tony Yates is.
I do find some crazy stories, Floppy. I have to keep it coming, bro. If I just reported the same shit to y'all every day, it would be boring as fuck. You know?
Live in New Brunswick with the latest from court. Tony.
Yeah, Liz, it was a very short court appearance this afternoon. Shin was arraigned. She and her attorney, of course, eventually hoping that these charges would be dropped. As you said, him blaming her troubles on loneliness.
How does your client plead?
Gunnar, we asked to enter a plea of not guilty. My client has applied to the PTI program previously.
29-year-old Haijong Shin lasted just a week faking it as a new student at New Brunswick High School before the school district discovered her birth certificate was fake. Her attorney, Darren Gelber, says the Rutgers University graduate knows she made a mistake, that it was her longing for the kinds of friendships she had in high school that made her decide to do it. Gelber says Shin is a South Korean citizen who came to this country alone when she was 16 years old to attend a private boarding school, and that she missed that kind of atmosphere.
That skills
seeking it
like
again
dream.
at New Brunswick High.
At no time was
That's my dream.
any member of the
Man, if I was a high school kid and a 29-year little Asian broad came popping up, bro, that would be my dream. I'd be going after that would be my goal. My whole goal would be when she had 4 days, I would have to have 4 days be my whole goal. Even though this bitch is beyond crazy.
public or any student in danger. And this entire case is more about my client's desire to return to a place of safety
Do you
and
hear
welcoming. And
do you guys hear the fucking common theme here? These women are getting off. Like it's okay. They're just they were just
in an environment that she looks back on with fondness and nothing more.
But her ruse earned her a grand jury indictment, a third-degree offense for false documents and hindering her own prosecution. Her family sent their New York attorney to her court proceedings today. Shin and her attorney are hoping she will be accepted into the pretrial intervention program and serve no time. Her next court date is pending.
in no time. Exactly what I said about the asthma, the last chick. You know she wasn't gonna get no time. Speaking of shins, I did a show on Gen X last night in those middle. Oh yeah, those things fuck you up, bro. Fucking, but yeah, man. So you know, the fact that she's not even gonna get in trouble, if you flip that and you put it on a dude, right? And we've got a pedophile, we've got a possible um and I will do the other side. I didn't go down the rabbit hole of dudes doing it because I was just so flabbergasted at how many new ones, and I got one more, and how many new females are doing this crazy shit, dude. It's like, what is going the fuck on? It's like, really, dude. And these chicks aren't even ugly. These chicks legit aren't even ugly either. Like, man, there's plenty of cougars out in this mug. For real, for real. Again, I wish this chick was my. And dude, wait till you hear. This is the craziest story of them all, man. I wish there was everybody was still up in here because this is probably the craziest one of them all. Floppy, Ryan, get ready for this shit. Breezy, if you're still there, this one's nuts because it's just wait.
Teacher at a local school, a
There's so many twists and turns to this one, you'll have no clue.
music teacher charged with having an inappropriate relationship with a student. And that teacher replaced another music teacher 2 years ago who also allegedly had a relationship with a student.
Shelley Bortz is live with what she just learned about the investigation. Shelley.
Well, you're right. Olivia Orts replaced the music teacher here at Wilmington Area School District 2 years ago after he lost his job for alleged inappropriate relationships with several students. He's awaiting trial.
As soon as it was discovered, it was
So, all right, you heard it right. There was a teacher, a female or a male teacher who's waiting trial, who was working in the same music department for having inappropriate relationship with the elementary school kid, right? Now check this shit out.
reported to Childline. It was reported to us.
Police were alerted to a possible romantic relationship between then choir director Olivia Orts and a
The second teacher, the fucking teacher that fucking replaced the fucking dude, a female, is now doing it the same fucking thing.
17-year-old student by the high school.
And it's not even over. It takes a bigger twist. Yeah. I know. I find the craziest stories. Ain't nobody on YouTube doing this fucking story because I had to go search. These aren't like mainstream stories, dude. I don't even know what fucking state this is, dude. I go down, Wilmington, Delaware. I literally go down. I look in like old school, like not old school. I look in local shit.
school principal in April. A month-long investigation, police say, turned up a treasure trove of evidence to support the claim, including text messages, a love letter, and overnights here at Ortz's home while her husband was out of town.
He believed that it was an adult male that she was having a relationship with. She told him it wasn't what he thought, which certainly turned out to be accurate. And she ended up admitting that the letter was from a female student.
On May 5th, police executed a search warrant on the Ortz.
Did you just fucking hear that? Yeah, she was cheating on her husband with a female fucking student.
Home and confiscated a cell phone and iPad. Police say that
she's telling her husband, I don't know if I missed it or not. Like, you don't understand. It's not what you think. It's not what you think.
who
Dude, what
continued
am
to
I
communicate
thinking?
and exchanged 100 messages during a 2-day period last week until they got caught.
The two of them exchange over 100 surreptitious communications using a music app so nobody would discover it.
We went to Ortz's parents' home in Hermitage where she is staying and knocked on the door. Her father greeted us. Is she home?
She's home. She's no comment.
Okay, would you like to make a comment, sir?
Not at all.
Now, Ortz is being charged with intercourse and sexual conduct with a school student, as well as unlawful contact with
Is it ironic that it's 69 degrees in the corner?
a minor. Now, she's due in court next week.
And like, what was so that chick? It was a 17-year-old chick. She got caught fucking scissoring her teacher. Bro, that took a million different turns. Like, what's going on in the music section of this fucking school, you guys? What's going on here? Like, this school had so much shit going on, dude. I wish I would have joined that music fucking choir. Damn. That chick was kind of hot. And the other chick, yeah. I'm joking, guys. They were predators. It is what it is. But, see if I got, let's see what else I got. I've got one other thing. I don't know how much I truly feel like getting into it now because it's a whole nother piece. And I really don't feel like doing a whole nother piece right now. I'll probably save it for tomorrow or do a show specifically on this. It's about actually, dude, how much time? Yeah, because I was trying to keep it to about an hour. That's actually a conspiracy. They never would put 69 degrees in the. I know it's a conspiracy. I was joking, dude. That's totally a conspiracy. It was just, it's also not, is it a coincidence? I don't believe in coincidence. Somehow 69 ended up there, though. I don't think it's a conspiracy. I don't think, I didn't really like think they purposely did that. But anyways, the video is 4 minutes long. And oh, okay, cool. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, hold on. This video is 4 minutes long, and I'd really rather break this down and get down with it and probably start more at the beginning. Remember the sheriff from Ohio? Who's all in the house right now? Who wants to how I'm an hour in. I mean, like, this could take 20 minutes, man. But remember the sheriff from Butler County, and he talks about that meeting. Well, I've got a sheriff out of Bradshaw or out of Palm Beach saying the same thing. Exact same thing. So I don't know if I should do it now or if I should just wait because I was kind of trying to keep this to like, I mean, not really an hour. I don't really care, but I kind of would rather this be more of a headlining story than I would like. Yeah, bro, the Butler County dude. Yeah, that dude. There's a whole nother one, bro. This dude here, I'll just do it, man. I'll just do it. Who's in the house? This is a good one, you guys. I wanted to save it for the Murray. You know, the Texas dude, Breezy. Did you see the fucking Polio Pete or whatever that dude's name is that died in Texas that lived in the iron lung? I talked about that at the beginning. What's up with your state, bro? Y'all got the most fucked up stories going on right now, dude. Breezy's got Texas has got shit all sorts of fucked up. It's between Florida and Texas. Who's taking the fucking who's taking the fucking money? I would still probably say Florida. Alright, I'll fucking do it, man. We're all here. Fuck it. Let's get it in. Maybe I'll do another story on it and shit, but get ready. Breezy, Ryan, y'all remember this shit. Get ready.
To deliver a message. And the message is, don't think for a minute that what happens at the Mexican border doesn't affect us here. Here you have 3 illegals that should have never been in this country that have committed a very serious crime, kidnapping and sexual battery of a lady. They shouldn't be here. This is the same thing that we saw where the student was killed by the person that was here illegally. That's why we pay so much attention. Folks, our border is the ocean. There's no fence there. We are the fence. That's why we spend as much time as we do and dedicate resources to stopping people before they get here. In all likelihood, these 3 people came through Mexico. They didn't come through here. I can tell you that for sure. We would have checked in our database. But for them to be in this country, to be able to commit these type of crimes is unconscionable. The federal government has put the American people in jeopardy. Our intelligence section, who works very closely with the FBI, has also identified that the most dangerous gangs in the world are now in Miami from Venezuela. They make MS-13 look like school kids.
That's what I said. I've been saying it. You heard what he just said? He said the most dangerous gangs in South Miami right now is the Venezuelans. How long have I been saying it, Breezy? Ryan? How long have I been fucking saying this shit? For a minute now. For a fucking minute now. He said it makes our school kids look like they're like little wimps.
They'll stay just in Miami. They're going to go where they need to go to do what they do. They don't know if it's Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County. They just go to do what they're going to do, and we're going to have to deal with them.
They don't give a fuck where they're at. This ain't their country. They don't
forget about the 3 million people that came across the border, put their hands up to Border Patrol and says, I give up. They get the cell phone and the gift card and all that kind of garbage. What about the 1.5 million people that they call gotaways? Those are the people that don't want to go to get caught by Border Patrol because they're cartel, they're gang members, they're wanted, they're packing fentanyl. I watched a surveillance video that was taken down in Texas of 10 guys, military age.
What did you just say? 10 guys, military age. I'm just saying.
Dressed in camouflage, backpacks. They had carpet on their shoes so they didn't leave footprints, in a military formation coming into the country. What do you think they're here for? They're not here to play the lotto.
Took the words right out of my fucking mouth. What are they here for? Then what are they here for? They ain't up to no good.
Oh, they're going to do bad things. So the director of the FBI testified that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when we're going to have something bad happen here. Because in the 1.5 million gotaways, he's worried that there's people from ISIS, people from the terrorist watch list that could be in the United States. Our agency is still the lead.
I'm more worried. Fuck the ISIS shit. Fuck the terrorist watch shit. I'm more worried about these Venezuelan prisoners that they're letting loose into our country. I don't even believe in ISIS. I think we are ISIS.
Agency for Homeland Security for all of South Florida. And every 3 months, we have a meeting to make sure.
But what about the fucking kids? What about the fucking the what is it? 85,000 fucking kids that they say went missing at the border when we really fucking know it was more than that. But this is just since November.
Sure that we're going to be operationally ready for whatever might happen here in South Florida. But people have to pay attention. We need the help of the public also. Our program, if you know something or see something, say something, is very important now. So if you see something you don't think is right, especially with human trafficking, because there's 85,000
There it is.
kids that
See,
are unaccounted that came
I know
across the
my
border.
shit,
The
bro.
human traffickers are going to be the ones that are going to prey on those people. And we've made those cases.
He sounds just like that dude from Butler, man. He said the same thing. Same thing.
Here in South Florida. So if you really know something or you see something, say something. But my message is don't be complacent, because what is happening at the Mexican border is going to affect us. Any questions?
Sheriff, you've been in law enforcement for a number of years. How would you compare this problem to 10, 20 years ago?
Well, I've actually been in law enforcement for 52 years. This is the worst I've seen it. This is, like I said, unconscionable that the federal government has let this happen. These idiots in Washington, D.C. need to close this border. You know, if you got a leak in your house and water's going all over the place, you don't get a bucket and start cleaning it up. You turn the water off and you stop the leak first. In order for this mess to get cleaned up, they've got
I'm glad I
to
played
stop
this out.
what's coming across this border, and it can be done.
Well said, my friend. See what I'm saying? I keep finding all these cool sheriffs. I'm not a cop, y'all. I'm not all about the cops, but I have noticed I've done 3 stories on 3 cool ass sheriffs. They all have had the same thing to say, and they all seem to give a shit about their community. So, you know, I really, bro, I know Breezy, you popped in right as I'm talking about some migrant shit. It's the first time I've talked about it in like weeks. But I felt like this was an important thing. I'll probably play it again maybe for those that missed it. I'm still not too far into it, so I guess it's not too bad. But yeah, what'd you guys think of that? You know? Did you guys have an opinion on the sheriffs? Was there any cool sheriff? I can't think of like a. I mean, as far as Ohio, we got that dude in Butler, but I can't think of any like sheriffs that are down. Is that how the sheriffs are in Texas, Breezy? Yeah, I hear you, Don. But yeah, man, I just wanted to come in and break this shit off for you. You know, the main message was that the government's trying to get after the homeschooling now. And I truly want the people in our community who are all about living this alternative lifestyle to know what's going on so that they can fight for what the truth is. And if they don't know, which I'm sure most people know, I think if you have the wherewithal to homeschool your child, then you probably know what's going on around you. But if you don't, and if you plan on doing it, you better start fighting for your rights to be able to do it if you plan on doing it. Because I feel like shit's just gonna keep getting harder and harder, you know? And it's real weird because, like, why should you have to do anything that you don't want with your kids? If you don't want your kids to go get indoctrinated in a public school, then you shouldn't have to fucking send them there. That's your right. That's your right. Now, I'm trying to think. Now, this registry thing, it's crazy, but like, I kind of, in a way, now, and it's not even because of the story with the 30, all the kids that are being, to me, it's just like, shouldn't kids be evaluated if they're not being evaluated by others? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of these kids can really get stuck in a bad place, y'all. Like if they're getting homeschooled, they're not going to school and they are getting abused, who's gonna know? I always try to be like, who's gonna advocate for the kids? It goes into that whole like, I don't want to get into this, but it's just what it matches up with is, the government and the school wants to take over the parents being able to decide if their kids take blockers and stuff and want to change as a child, etc., etc., etc. And that being said, it's like, you know, I don't think the government should step in, but then like somebody needs to advocate for these kids to be like, bro, that's not right. And what's sad is the people that are advocating for these kids are actually advocating for the other end, for them to do what's the fucked up part of it and not like go, well, these are just children. Like, you should probably wait till they're old enough to make their own decision or whatever, whatever. So it's like, who would you really choose to be the advocate? There's no real advocate. You can't trust the government. So I guess it should just be up to the parents. And if the parents abuse their kids, I mean, man, what do you guys think? That is a very, I just don't think you should leave anything up to the government because they'll fuck it up. You know, they should not have a choice and say what your kid does. But if your kid's 6 and you're grooming him to be a girl, who should step in? Yeah, shit. Now the system has kids, hurting the fucking teachers. And now you have, it's just the whole, dude. Yeah, no, you're right, dude. It definitely they want it, they trust their they'll go to their teachers and like it's they like want them to. And here in Ohio, they just passed that issue one where the parents lost their rights. It just is a fact, you know. It just is a fact. Like if a kid at the age of 12 wants to go start taking whatever puberty blockers and shit, they can go right now in Ohio to Planned Parenthood without their parents' permission. And Get it done without the parents even knowing. Real talk. Yeah, right. Just tell us everything. You know, what does your daddy do? Well, does your daddy smoke marijuana? Does your dad, shit like that? You know, Danny, are you still in the chat, bro? Your wife's a teacher. Is that how they act? How does? Because I don't know. I know you can't take every teacher and put them into a basket, right? Because not all teachers are like that. But the majority of public schools are like that, and that's why people should have the right and have no problem homeschooling their kid if that's what they want to do. They want to teach their kids the morals, they want to teach their kids values, how to live life, etc., etc. It falls on them. I don't know. I would rather, I mean, think about if Breezy homeschooled his kid, he's would be teaching his kid about flat earth instead of like, oh, we live on a globe and Christopher Columbus sailed in the Nina Pinta and the Santa Maria, shit like that. Would you even think about that shit? Fucking care. Actually, that's a pretty cool story. The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. So you're saying that the teachers are just trying to look out for the kids for the most part, Danny? You never really heard of no crazy shit where they don't try to push no beliefs or no shit, but you don't really know though. You're not in class, so you don't. I can't put you on the spot. You know. Yeah, bro. You have to go up against everything. I hear you, Breezy. That's a great, great way to put it, dude. Cool, Danny. Um, being a parent is a bitch. I'm not one, but like I have a nephew who's 3. I very much take that's how I know about this homeschooling thing and all that, where I got the story, it comes up in your algorithm when you talk about shit, you know, and it's just another attack. But anyways, um, but yeah, we think about that type of stuff, talk about it. Yeah, man. They put us all in a box there, Floppy. It's like that shark and the stingray, It's like some of us are square and some are circle, and you can't just like stick them together. You dig what I'm saying? You can't just like stick them. We don't fit. It don't fit. So like a lot of kids failed in this world that were probably like in my brain that were probably super super dope successful people. They just didn't get the right chance because you know they were put in this fucking public school indoctrination box and were treated like they were something that they weren't because they didn't act like every other child. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Breezy. That shit's crazy, bro. That's bullshit, Breezy. But I get it. That's what they're gonna do. They're trying to indoctrinate him to the fullest. They're trying to send him out to this world to just go along, get along, be a sheeple in the game. You know? Yeah. See, there was a case in Illinois where the dad lost custody of the kid, even after the kid was diddled by the stepdad. Mom ran away with the kid. He was in court for years. Uh, they were just trying to get as much money out of him as they can. So she made it up. He didn't even diddle the kid. He was never given a chance to stay in court, even though he had proof. Yeah, that's messed up, bro. The father definitely. I don't get it. I'd be watching the Wonder Years, man, and back in the day, it wasn't like that, y'all. That mother from the Wonder Years listened to dude. What's Kevin's dad's name again? Jack. Dude, he was stern. He had his bitch under control, man. He'd get home from work. She has a damn beer for him. She don't. Everybody leaves and shuts up. Like that's what it. You know. Nowadays, the man gets no respect. No respect. No fucking respect. Can't get aggressive, man. Even as mad as you want to get, you gotta let the courts play that out. That's very fucked up. He said I have to go to school. I hate having to go to school every day. You think I like going to work? They're just training you to accept that shit your whole life till you're no longer of value. Did he really say that, bro? That's crazy. Damn right. It's the truth. Yeah. Illinois is a pretty messed up state, bro. There's a lot going on in all those states for sure. The Midwest is pretty nuts. You know, there's a lot going on right now here in the East Coast and the Midwest. The whole country, man, for real. I pretty much hit up the whole country here today with some crazy shit. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I pretty much did a newscast that was just like crazy ass stories that you would find that happened today throughout the fucking country. You know, like if you were to watch the news, all the shit you would want to watch it for just all in like one like pow. I don't know how to put it. But all I do is go down these rabbit holes. He's 9 and he gets it. That's dope, bro. That's the perfect age, man. Just keep teaching them because they're gonna. That's the time where they really like make or break their, you know, where their mind's really developing. It's like, are you gonna tell them Santa Claus is real? Are you gonna tell them nah? You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm just using that as an analogy. You know what I'm saying? It's like at that age, it's time to tell them what's good in life. But I mean, he's still young. Don't get me wrong, but he's old enough to now learn what's up, in my opinion. if he's that smart. But yeah, yeah, yeah. What's the Yeah, never mind. What's the trails been like where you're at, Breezy? I've been looking and it says y'all been having it nice. Chicago was looking really fucked up, floppy. Akron was looking fucked up, Danny. Canton, Cleveland. Columbus. Ohio looked the worst almost in the whole state. Keep your eyes to the skies. We all know. What's Generation Alpha? That's the newest generation? Is Generation Alpha? Really? That's a pretty cool name. I wish I was Generation Alpha. Yeah, man. Dude, watch the beginning of the show. You missed it. I started off and I wasn't gonna do nothing, but the shit was like red. It looked like it does in Southern Cali, in Ohio, and like where you're at. And it's never looked like that before, ever. It's never looked like that shit. Yeah, I don't know, Danny. I'm older than you, but what are we, bro? Again, Breezy, what are we again? I don't remember. I always thought I was Gen X. Wait, Gen X? Gen Z? I'm not a fucking millennial, you fucking fag. Call me a millennial. Am I a millennial? Are we millennials? What's if you're born in 1982, are you in a millennial? I don't want to be a fucking millennial. Yeah, I am. That's what I thought, Floppy. I thought I was a fucking borderline because I think like it's 81 or 80. I swear to you, dude. I'm like, I thought I was like 6 months away from being on the other side, and I got grouped in with all the fucking and the millennial shit when I was on the other side. I hate being called a millennial. That's like my dad calls me a millennial, but it's like whatever, you damn old crusty you old, no, they're damn, come on, help me out. What are them old bastards? No, 65 to 80. Oh, I get the year 65 to 80 is Generation X. I got you. Okay, I'm 82 from May. Boomers. Thank you, Breezy. They're a bunch of boomers. Eh, baby boomers. But they were badass. You're damn right, Floppy. Especially when I'm watching these. But they were so. The only thing about boomers is they were so easily brainwashed. Easily brainwashed. That generation was just fucking brainwashed. You know? Yeah, through TV. They hated the government but trusted the TV. That's what I'm trying to get at. They were brainwashed by the radio and TV and the newspaper. And they still are to this day for the most part, the majority of them. Like it's funny, the people that watch this show is majority 30 to 45, I believe. Yeah, my dad's a boomer, man. He loves Fox, bro. I call him a boomer all the time. He loves Fox News and reads the newspaper and shit. Used to love listening to Rush Limbaugh. Not that I didn't like Rush a little bit. I kind of liked him, but his voice was fucking annoying to hear every single day. But I respected him. To each their own. You know. But yeah, the boomers fucked everything up, man. They got lied to. They got lied with the moon landing. They got lied with everything, bro. They fell for it all. The only thing that they did do well is they produced a bunch of kids. They weren't a bunch of. At least they weren't brainwashed to be a bunch of dress wearing rainbow hippies. You know. So, but while everybody's in the house, I just want to tell everybody to have a good night and stay blessed. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Um, I hope I put it together the way I wanted to. I was coming after a nap, so I was sort of like, I chugged some coffee like I do, did a few dabs and shit, smoked a joint, and like was like, all right, we'll give this a shot. So I wasn't on my A game, but I hope it was good enough because I still try to bring the funky shit for y'all because ain't nobody bringing stories like that yet. But maybe they are, and I'm just wrong. But I'm trying to bring some good stories for y'all. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good night. Stay blessed, Floppy, Breezy, Danny, Ryan, uh, uh, fucking everybody else that was in the chat. Thanks for popping in, Paulie, Gil. Y'all have a good night. Peace out. See y'all tomorrow. Peace. Much